New York, November 6. The horrific mass shooting in a Texas church is prompting fresh calls from Democrats to pass stricter gun laws, as Republicans, including President Donald Trump, insisted firearms are not the problem. May God grant all of us the wisdom to ask what concrete steps we can take to reduce the violence and weaponry in our midst, former President Barack Obama, a Democrat, wrote in a tweet on Sunday night, after a former U.S. Air Force serviceman killed 27 people at the First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, Texas. Former Vice President Joe Biden also reacted by urging Americans not to give in to hopelessness and persist in our efforts to prevent gun violence. The shooting came a little more than a month after the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history in Las Vegas, which killed over 50 people and injured hundreds more at a concert. Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, demanded stricter gun control laws with a scathing statement. As my colleagues go to sleep tonight, they need to think about whether the political support of the gun industry is worth the blood that flows endlessly onto the floors of American churches, elementary schools, movie theaters, and city streets, Murphy said. The terrifying fact is that no one is safe so long as Congress chooses to do absolutely nothing in the face of this epidemic. The time is now for Congress to shed its cowardly cover and do something, he added. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, a Democrat, said, as we mourn the lives that were cruelly cut short today, we must resolve to denounce all forms of hatred and violence and to drive them from our communities and our nation. President Trump, meanwhile, called the suspect in the shooting a very deranged individual, adding that we have a lot of mental health problems in our country, as do other countries. At a press briefing in Japan, Trump added, this isn't a gun situation. Fortunately, somebody else had a gun that was shooting in the opposite direction. Democratic Senators Bob Casey, Dick Durbin and Kamala Harris also weighed in and urged the Republican-dominated Congress to act in response to the latest deadly shooting. The shooter turned his gun on people, kids, in a place of worship. America is in the grips of a gun violence crisis. Congress must act, Senator Durbin wrote in a tweet. Senator Harris, a possible 2020 presidential contender, condemned senseless gun violence after the incident. When do we say enough is enough, she added.